Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Bugfables. In the last episode, we broke free of our hive-sized prisons. That was the honey production plant's lockdown protocol, obtained the powers of the ancient artifact known as the Ancient Key, as well as snapped 3 different bosses in half in one fell swoop: the Devourer, the Abhani Nation, as well as the Heavy Drone Bee, one of them being an optional boss that I ended up finding in between episodes. And honestly, that thing was hard. I'm gonna be honest there, but it was definitely quite an adventurous journey for the end of Chapter 3, I definitely have to say that. But with the 3rd artifact now under our belts, as well as Chapter 3 officially coming to a close, we've definitely earned ourselves a little bit of free time. So with that being said, I think it's about time we start working on the unsolved mysteries that we have yet to solve, since we've been purely focusing on our hunt to find the Everlasting Sapling since the very beginning. And since I've been told that some of the quests are actually really good for us to do, I do believe we should at least do a little bit to make sure that we at least have, well, some of the rewards that the quests can give us, since apparently they have some pretty good rewards under some of the quests. And you can definitely tell, apparently, which ones are the ones that are going to give you them, since, obviously, if you read the description, I think it would tell you which ones are going to be more important than some of the other ones. But, I don't know, maybe some of the smaller quests might also give you some good stuff. But with that being said, let's definitely begin our journey for today, since we're definitely getting ready for Chapter 4. And the thing is I actually was told about Leif and Vi's missions, and apparently they are quests, because I did actually find that in the quest board, because if you go down here, they're actually called as their requests. And apparently, I didn't ask what happens in it, but I did ask when I should probably do it, and we can't actually do them at the moment, so we're gonna actually put those on hold for the time being, until, well, I feel like probably when it will be open. I'm gonna guess, like, maybe 2 chapters from now. I think it should be open by then. But maybe not, who even knows? Because the thing is I don't know how many places we need to have unlocked in order to do everything for them, or something like that. But apparently there's more to it than, like, a small mission. Apparently they're a little bit longer than your average mission, from what I've been told. So I'm definitely gonna, well, obviously it would make sense, because they are, like, backstory quests from what I can see. But with that being said, let's definitely look into what we need to do for today. And actually, talking about quests, this one I can actually turn in right now. And the reason why I can turn it in is because I actually found the hat in between episodes. And it's actually in the Golden Outpost, in the far left area where the fortune teller / the eating contest that was in during the Venus festival that we did all the way back in Chapter 2. If you go back there, next to a little bush in the very bottom of that part of the map, you can actually find the hat just sitting in the corner of the bush, yeah, like slightly out of vision, which is actually kind of funny. But yeah, that one was actually pretty easy to find after you're, like, specifically looking for it, because I was kind of wondering if I'd be able to find it there, and I ended up finding it completely on accident, because I was just walking towards, like, corners of stuff just to see if anything would be hiding behind anything, and that just so happened to be behind it, which was actually kind of funny. But let's definitely read the request real quick, since we're definitely gonna turn it in. Hey, I had a good time at the Golden Festival, but I dropped my hat somewhere. It was a gift from my mom, and it made me confidence. I really need it back. I'm in the Ant Kingdom's residential area, which is technically right next to us, but we'll definitely grab that one for sure, because that is something we're going to be turning in, since we definitely should. And based on these ones, I think this was another one I probably have done, because it said something about a souvenir, and I actually did buy a souvenir from the Bee Kingdom in episode. It was that little bee hat that I bought. I'm pretty sure that's part of this request too, so we'll definitely grab this one as well. My, I cannot leave my shift until further notice, but I really want to go visit the Bee Kingdom. Could someone get a fashionable accessory from the Bee Kingdom in my stead? Meet me in the ant mines. We'll definitely grab that as well, since we're probably going to be heading into the mines, and we could just drop it off while we're making our way over to the mines. because there is somewhere that I do want to check out, since I did find another area that seems like it might lead to another optional boss on complete accident, mostly because I found out that you can actually run on top of spikes with the bubble shield with Leif, and I ended up finding a secret location. Definitely gonna be checking that out at a time, very, very soon, because I feel like, because we were able to beat the Devourer, if there is another secret boss down there, I think we could probably do that one, because the only reason why I had a problem with Devourer was because, one, he was eating my teammates and healing, and poisoning me on top of that. I don't think every boss is going to have the same mechanics, so I think I should be perfectly fine. But, who knows, I guess we'll find out, but there could be no boss down there, but it just feels like an area that might have one. But, with that being said, we'll probably grab this one as well, because it seems pretty interesting. For the Bean Kingdom, difficulty of 3. Sometimes, something went wrong in the Honey Factory power plant located in the Golden Settlements, requesting assistance from any available explorers for an investigation. Those who help will be rewarded greatly. Oh, so that's what that is. So, I saw that there was an opening to the Hive. I thought that was actually where we were going to be leaving from, and I said that in a previous episode as well. But apparently, that's a completely different area, and apparently it's tied to a quest. Huh, okay. We'll definitely think about doing that too. And then the last one I want to do is actually this one for Levi, since we've been running into him quite a bit, and I feel like this one would be actually important, just because of the fact that he is a story-based character. But let's see here. By Levi. This is Levi the Explorer. Team Celia's humbly requests for another team's assistance on a most crucial mission. Meet us in the leftmost region of the Ant Kingdom's commercial area for more details. Okay, we'll definitely grab that. But since we do need to go turn in the other thing real quick, just because the little hat guy's over here, we'll just go turn that in real quick, just because of the fact that it shouldn't be too hard to turn it in, since we do have the running ability. And talking about Levi, there he is. He wasn't standing there before the request, so that's actually good that he is actually quite nearby, actually. But let's go turn this post in real quick. Hey, we saw your post. Really? This cute bee's come to me. Yep, we got you a little top hat, buddy. Top hat found in the Golden Settlement. Maybe someone lost it. Oh yes, it's my super cool hat. I can feel my charm coming back. Hey, you cutie bee. Thanks for helping me out. I'm not a cutie bee. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Quite brave. Look, just pay up. Anything for the cute savior of my dear hats. You got a favorite 1 medal. Increases an ally's damage taken, but makes the rest of the party angry, seeing their friend hurt. Angry? I feel like that's got something else attached to that. Maybe, I don't know what it would be, but I think it might be a good thing if they get angry. I'm not too sure about what it does, but sounds pretty useful, I think. Ugh, I don't even want this anymore. And plus, it might only be 1 extra damage taken, so and that's not that bad. Is that the coarseness that makes you so smooth?
Vi's gonna go on about this for days now.
You bats. Let's get out of here. Oh Vi, such a sweet name. I hope you come back soon. In your dreams. Well, he definitely has his charm back, I guess you could say. Hey. Let's get out of here. I like how she's actually reacting to that now. That's actually pretty funny. But, there we go. That's all done now, so that was good. And we got the favorite 1 medal. Does it say anything about it other than that, or is that completely all that it says? Because I don't know what the angry status effect is. Because we've never been able to use that status effect on enemies, and no enemies have used it on us. So, interesting. But definitely cool. I'll definitely take it, since it is a new medal, and medals are definitely useful for battle, let's be honest here. But let's see here, what's going on with Levi?
Team Snake Math, see we were the ones that took our request. Indeed, Levi. What seems to be troubling you?
Are you sure about this, Levi? This is pretty dangerous.
Celia and Kabbu and the others have found enough artifacts to prove their skill.
Hee, you tell her. What's the job pays well? Oh, well, I'm still gonna do that voice, mostly because I need more voices, and I can't just do the same voices for every single character, so I'm just gonna keep some of my voices that I do, even if, it says they're different, tones of voices. So I'll definitely go for that, the voices I was already going for.
Oh, it's worth the trouble.
Well, the situation is, we're after the criminal known as Monsieur Scarlet.
Monsieur Scarlet, you say?
Every now and then, he'd post requests on that board asking for help, and then preys on them. Well, meaning explorers, drain their life force.
Draining their life force, that's scary.
Yikes. We expected a pretty burglar or something of that sort.
Oh, sadly not. He's even the reason why the old tunnel to the Golden Hills is abandoned.
Golden Hills Tunnel, you say?
He's caused us a lot of trouble.
This fellow sounds most vile. We would be honored to help you bring justice. We've gathered enough intel to confidently say his hideout is in that old tunnel.
Really? How can someone hide in a straight hallway?
If you offer us your help to catch him, it will become so much clearer. Please, he is not someone we can apprehend alone.
We'll do it. It sounds like being frozen over would do him some good.
Leave it to us, comrades.
Mm-hmm.
What a relief. You're truly a team one can rely on.
Oh, sheesh. At least wait until the mission's over to praise them. We'll be going to the tunnel now. Okay, meet us there and we'll begin the operation.
We'll see you there. We'll definitely see you there. Sounds like a fight too, so definitely need to be prepared since apparently they can eat our life force, so we probably should take some of my items out, to be honest. I don't think we'll, specifically what we're gonna need, but we definitely should bring some things. Like, succulent berry would be nice, and I would actually like to do that better. Okay, let's see here. Turn in the hard seed. I don't think we're gonna need that. And then we want to actually grab multiple. This menu sometimes, I swear. Okay. Please, game. Okay, work with me. There we go. Okay. It's because I press X too quickly sometimes, and that happens. But let's see here. So, we could bring this to do extra damage. That seems like it might help. But we should probably bring our magical seeds, I think, because of the fact that, we forget to bring revives. In the Devourer fight, we only had one revive item. And I was barely able to make it through it. It took me multiple tries to get through it. But I'll definitely say that we could definitely use that for the near future. But I think that... Don't know how many we can grab, but I think, yeah, that'll definitely come in handy. So I think that, yeah, that should definitely be helpful. We'll keep the hard seed, because maybe it'll come in... Oh, maybe it... Oh no, we grabbed the clear water instead. That's not that bad. It's still healing a status effect. It'll still come in handy. I don't know how good it's going to be in a fight, because who even knows if the thing... Well, we don't even know if we're going to be fighting this Monsieur Scarlet, to be honest, but it sounds like it might be a fight. But with that being said, we definitely want to make our way over there, so that being said, we should probably go over to... Let's see, I'm trying to think of where that is. They said the tunnel that leads to the Golden Settlement, so that should be... Oh, I forgot the little enemy standing up there. And also, I forgot I didn't have my hard-hitting metal on. And I actually don't want to deal with these enemies, to be completely honest. Just because of the fact that, well, we don't need to be dealing with them. But, probably won't be the worst-case scenario. But we'll definitely go for some free knockouts here, I guess. Just because it is easier to deal with them now, I guess. And then, maybe... I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, it was mostly because of the fact that I forgot that well, one, I didn't have my hard-hitting metal, which actually would have came in handy here, to be honest. But it's not that bad of a case scenario. And of course they're going for her instead of everybody else, even though she's in the back. And actually, I'm surprised they did damage through the back support, actually, to be honest. But that's interesting. But yeah, we definitely need to make our way back to... I think back to this whole tunnel that led us to the Golden Settlement in the first place. Just because that sounds like the area that they want us to go. But you never know. I guess we'll find out in a second. And might as well grab these berries along the way, since extra berries do come in handy. But let's definitely slide past these guys. just because of the fact that, well, they're easier enemies and they only give us 1 experience, so it's not really worth fighting for the berries that we have. There they are, Levi and good old Celia, so let's see what's going on here.
Scarlet's just ahead. You ready to confront him? It won't be easy.
Oh, apparently we're going to be going straight into something, so we probably should, well, at least heal Vi a little bit. Well, as much as we can, to be honest, but I think probably this, crunchy leaf, and then maybe the aphid egg, I think. I think we can go with that, I don't think that's too bad of a heal. I wish there was a Venus flower here, to be honest, or the Venus bud, I should say. But let's definitely say we're ready, I think.
Excellent. It was just through here. Oh, you say that so is so.
All I see is a wall, though.
We can feel some faint magic, though. You'll see. This wall is but an illusion. Scarlet disguised this area up ahead from the common folk, so he can hide there. Only his prey don't see it. He only attacks when the victim accepts his request, though. And that's why I cannot see the wall.
It's no wonder we couldn't find him. But when Levi picked up that suspicious quest, well, the pieces came together.
Wait. Me and Levi are Scarlet's target. That's pretty crazy. Please, calm yourself. I understand the risk, but if we follow the plan, we can capture him.
Levi will go ahead, by himself, to drop Scarlet's guard. Then we will jump in when he's distracted. Are you sure? He could really hurt you.
You might trust. We are 5 and he is but 1. Got it. Let's do it then.
Glad you understand. Let's begin the mission.
Okay. I don't think it's a good idea, but okay.
Whoa. Shush. Don't screw this up.
Yeah, Vi. Shush it up.
Drop it, Leif.
Okay then. Hopefully Levi's fine. Oh, we actually get to see what's going on with Levi too. Okay.
Has a dashing explorer finally heard my plea?
Oh. Interesting design. So Monster Scarlet is a pink wasp. Or maybe it's not a wasp. It looks like a wasp to me just because of the shape of the wings and stuff like that, but interesting.
Greetings here, Rogue. This one, the one who posted this notice. I'm come here to see what troubles ya.
My, so direct and to the point.
You're too tense, dear. Just relax, that is how you can help me. Am I in the wrong place?
Just relax. Oh, there answers that one.
Levi.
Jeez. Well, Team Celia got completely destroyed.
A trap. How dare you make a fool of me? Give up, Scarlet. You are cornered now. You have no idea what I've faced before. Come and try me. I'll suck your life force energy out to the husk.
Jeez. So maybe it might not be a wasp then, just because of the fact that I don't think wasps can do that. But I could be wrong, but we definitely should double check that. So let's definitely spy on the Monster Scarlet, just because that definitely sounds interesting.
We caught that jerk right where we want him, but yikes, that umbrella hurts a lot.
40 HP and no defense, good.
And it heals him too. It's super annoying. We'll have to go all out.
Okay, so it heals him. Okay. Which makes sense why he can apparently, suck out our life force based on what it said. So we'll definitely want to remember that, but let's definitely turn Relay, just because of the fact that there's a medal that I was actually able to get that actually gives me double turns, which is nice, without having to get the advantage on things, so we can actually get our full turn back. And I think throwing Leif up in front is actually smarter. And I think Kabbu, you could probably swap positions with Vi there, I think. Yeah, I think that's a better way to do this, just because of the in general. But I think going for normal damage here would be smart. Even though, I would like to go for regular attacks, but the thing is we don't have any well, any TP, just because of the fact that there was no Venus buds on the way from the, well, the city and everything. But it's definitely not the worst case scenario, I'll be honest. Just because I don't think we're going to particularly need to have, well, that much stuff, but we'll definitely throw on the red bear. Oh, okay, I was not ready for that to boomerang on me like that. Apparently that's a thing. Huh. Okay then. Well, definitely probably just go for normal attacks here, and just see what we can do while trying to stay as healthy as possible. Because it seems like so far it only attacks one person at a time, so maybe this won't be as hard of a fight than it seems. Because the Devourer was pretty hard, to be honest, but I guess we'll find out. Definitely block that. Okay, we lost some defense for that, but that doesn't matter too much, since it didn't heal too much from getting that in the first place. So it seems like we can out-damage the heals quite a bit here, so that's actually really good for us. So we'll definitely just keep wailing on Monster Scarlet here, and go for whatever we can. Okay, so it's raising its attack. Definitely not something that is good, but definitely not something that is bad, because we're not minus on defense anymore. So definitely not the worst case scenario, since obviously it's already more than half HP left. Oh, okay, well, 3 HP every time it hits you, but the thing is that 3 HP is not that bad of damage, honestly, because the fact that we have enough HP to actually kind of counteract losing that kind of HP, which is actually good for us, because it could be worse, let's be honest, if we weren't well prepared for it. And somehow I actually blocked that one, I'm surprised. But let's definitely probably swap positions with Kabbu here, because Kabbu is going to be more tanky when it comes to, well, he doesn't have any defense, but he's definitely better at blocking things than our damage dealers being the ones to go down, I'll be honest. I'm less scared of, less scared of Kabbu going down than any of my other allies, since, yeah, I could definitely work around that. Okay, it's going for another big attack, going for 3 HP, but thankfully it didn't get any revive energy back off that, which is really good for us. We'll definitely take, no free lifesteal for you at any point we can get. Okay, let's keep going in, keep doing damage, and just try and do as much as we can to Scarlet here before it can get any kind of real lifesteal in. Oh, I didn't even know you can attack multiple people, but apparently you can. Okay. Okay, you caught me off guard with that one, I'm gonna be honest. But let's definitely heal up our team, just because that is quite a bit of damage, let's be honest there. And then, let's see here, trying to think of what we can do in order to stop it from healing like it just did, but I don't think I have anything quite like that. But that doesn't mean that we don't have anything, I'll be honest. But we could probably go for maybe a honey drop here, because I do have at least 5. We can maybe go for a freebie here, as long as I do it right. But, let's see here, I think Kabbu needs to go for a revive here, with one of our magic seeds. Revive Vi, and then I think if I do this correctly, it should work. Just because of the fact that if we can freeze Scarlet, that'll actually come in really good handy help, honestly, which we can. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's actually really, really good. And I think Needle Toss does about the same damage, and it's actually frozen for 2 turns. Should we wait a turn then? Yeah, I might wait a turn then, just because of the fact that if it's frozen for 2 turns, if we attack it, it's going to instantly break it. So I think it's better if we do this, honestly. And I think we can probably go for some really good damage here because of the fact that Leif does the most damage on our party if we go for this Frigid Coffin when, well, Leif is the one attacking. So definitely go for that, because 6 damage is definitely good, and we also get another freeze-in, and that'll definitely help us. So let's definitely go for another big old boomerang hit, and then let's see here. I'm trying to think if that's enough damage to knock out the enemy from here, but I don't think it is, just because of the fact that I think we only do 2 damage from close range, but I don't think it's going to be enough to heal it if he goes for anything big. Since, yeah, 3 damage is not bad, and I think we actually win this no matter what here, actually. So let's definitely keep doing some damage, and down goes Scarlet. Down you go, buddy. No more killing adventurers for you. And you get to go to, I guess, bug prison. Down you go, bud. Sorry, but you're out.
It's over, Scarlet. You come with us. Curses, I lost, and now I have to flee like a coward.
Oh. I guess he is definitely fleeing like a coward. Oh, there he goes. Well, he showed up as fast as he disappeared.
No, he escaped. Oh, we must go after him. No, it's okay. We're all injured now. Did quite the number on us.
So we just get to leave scot-free. Not quite. We have seen his face and hideout and lived telltale.
Before we could only track his patterns from the missions he posted on the boards. But now that we know what he looks like, we can set up wanted posters and he will not operate freely.
If he's smart, he'll probably leave Bugaria after this.
Probably. Which isn't the best case scenario, but at least we stopped him for, in at least this region.
We know it's a victory, but it still is a shame. Yeah, Al. We're going to need a good rest.
Yeah. He didn't look strong at all, but I guess that's what makes him scariest. Well, case closed, I guessed. Reward time.
Vi, come on, please.
Nothing stops you, Vi.
Could we discuss this a bit later? I want to get out of here.
Vi, your team saved my life. You'll be rewarded. And I agree with Celia. Let's discuss payment back in town.
Alright. No rush.
Had Barry's mind, but I believe I have something better, Vi.
Really?
I've heard you were barred entry from that place. I can get you back in again. That place, say?
That shady place behind the shop. Why do you have access? Apparently so. And that's apparently the quest we needed to do, which is really good for us. I wasn't sure which quest it was going to be, but apparently Levi was the one we needed to do. I'm surprised he knows how to get in there, but I guess it makes sense. I guess adventurers know how to get into all the shady places.
Well, really? Who cares, Leif? This is awesome.
I'll go ahead and arrange for you to be able to get in. Meet us there when you can.
We'll be behind the shop, in the Ant City. See you there. And thank you, Team Snake Mouth.
Thanks, Team Celia, but we'll definitely see you guys soon. Well, that was rough.
Vi, couldn't you just help them for the sake of it?
A job's a job. I'm not a charity. Besides, I can't wait to show you to that place.
Let's hope it's not the last place we visit.
If anything, I'm just glad Scarlet's been foiled.
All's well that ends well. Let's go meet up at the plaza.
So we're never going to see Scarlet again? Oh, another one of those little hole area looking things. Don't know if this is actually a hole. The reason why I say that is it kind of reminds me of the little areas you can dig up in the Mario and Luigi games when you're playing as Luigi and you drill into the grounds. But I don't honestly know if that's actually something like that, but definitely interesting though. But now that we're done there, I was actually expecting, if it was talking about the tunnel, I was thinking it was going to talk about that left area where the big pile of rocks is that we still have yet to learn how to break. But apparently that's not it either, which is surprising. But let's definitely make our way back to town, since now that we actually have that request done with Levi, we should be able to make our way inside that shady place now, where the bottle cap is behind the shop, which I definitely want to look into because it seems like it's pretty important, I would think, because, I don't know, it just feels like there would be more to that place. And since we actually need a heal, we might as well do this, just because I completely forgot about it until, like, after the fight, to be honest. We'll definitely go for a free heal, since, this is technically our Venus Bud, to be honest, inside the town. I'm surprised they took away the orange crystal in the town. You'd think you'd get free heals inside the towns, but apparently not. But apparently, we still get honey drops for it, so I guess that's not the worst case scenario, since we still get stuff out of it, instead of, like, nothing at all. But we make our way back to... oh yeah, he said he would be in front of the shop. Okay, so he should be, like, right around here then, or maybe where we first saw them. No. Wait, where did they go? Oh, maybe they're... Well, Mostly because I thought they would just be standing next to this place, to be honest. Yeah, here they are. Okay, good. I just couldn't see them.
Cheap snake milk.
Oh, wait. Oh. It didn't look like Leif I was talking there, but okay.
Cheap snake mouth, good to go. Follow us when you please.
Okay. Okay, so let's check out the bottle cap then. So this is a shady place we've never been able to go into until now. Interesting little place. Huh. It's not that shady. Well, it's definitely an underground bar, but it's definitely not shady. This guy's got a bunch of those crystal berries. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh, shades. You stole my stolen stuff.
Oh, this is the guy that sold the boomerang?
Hehe, so you've noticed why? Should you be surprised? Did you know, how much trouble I almost got in? Hehehe, it's all part of doing business here, and before you ask, I never give out refunds. Hehehe.
Grr. Is this your friend, Vi?
Not anymore. How really? That hurts, you know.
Well, he's a mosquito, so I guess it makes sense why he's pretty shady.
Shades, sell medals and trinkets, yeah.
Pretty rare ones from the looks of it.
Hehe, good eye. My cold friend. Welcome to Shades' Rare Metal Shop, where only the rarest of rare metals are set for sale.
These are likely stolen, but they seem like they cost so much berries.
Berries, no, my round friend. We only accept very top quality crystal berries here. Normal berries are for chumps. Crystal berries are where it's out.
We did find a few, but are we really going to buy from a thief?
Hehe, if it all makes you feel better, not all of them are stolen. It's for the mission, right?
Alright, for the mission.
Every bug's got a price. You choose a good shop to bet your integrity on. Just stand near where you want and press X to check it out.
I'm immediately regretting this.
For the mission, Kabbu, for the mission, of course. Okay, so apparently this is where we actually use our crystal berries, apparently. Huh. Ooh, increases XP after battle. That could be handy. Just because of the fact that it's... Well, yeah, it reduces our party attack by 1, but that's actually not bad. I'll definitely take that. Okay, we'll take that. And let's see here. Okay, so they're gonna refresh, like the other shops do. But boosted allies attack by 1, but also reduces their defense by 1. Oh, it's like the other thing, but without being attacked. Huh, okay. Poison attack increases allies attack while poisoned by 1. Huh, really? That's interesting. Okay. Definitely some interesting things. Ooh, HP plus, I would like that, honestly. Or status booster, grants a higher chance to cause status effects on enemies while with equipped party member. I think the extra 2 HP would actually be more helpful, to be honest. I'll definitely take that. Then super block, increases damage blocked by super block by 1. Oh, is that when we get the awesome blocks? So instead of dropping it by 1, it drops it by 2. That could be really good. Because you can maybe drop quite a bit of damage if you block like that. But I don't have enough for it, though. But definitely good that we finally found where to actually spend those crystal berries, because I've had quite a few of them, to be honest. But, apparently there's a quest board down here. Hello, what are you doing here? Howdy, look what the wind brought it back. Hi, Doppel. Doppel, you say? Another little bug, we thought.
What are you saying, Leif? This temple, sir, is a fine view.
Kabbu.
What?
Nothing, it's nothing.
Anyways, this is Doppel. He runs the bar.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely sure that's a ladybug. Just because of the fact that ladybugs pretend to be beetles. So, that'd actually be kind of funny if that actually is a ladybug. Because the fact that, Leif is the smartest on the team, obviously. It would be funny to see through that. Since not many, because the thing is bugs, the reason why ladybugs are the way they are is to kind of like make things think that they're different types of bugs, which is actually kind of funny. But let's hear that I do. Give the folks a bit more space to be free, and rowdier.
What do you mean, Doppel?
We handle jobs no one can, else can partner. Those too dangerous for the regular explorer. In exchange, we get some nice favors with the Queen's folks.
And a big bunch of berries, too.
Sounds interesting. What kind of jobs, then?
Monsters, the type that wipe out squads by themselves. Okay, interesting. So, bosses, apparently. Scared?
As if.
If you want to know more, mates, check the board here, and come see me if you complete any of them.
We will. Jim, let's get rid of this pest. Someone's pumped up.
Agreed. Let's go get rich. Carefully.
Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Back already. I see you defeated that nasty devourer. Oh, well, apparently the devourer was one of those quests. I did it early then, but cool, I'll take it. So we get one for free. May I have that crystal it dropped? Oh yeah, the crystal fang thing? Yes, this is a genuine deal. Here is your reward. The last attack medal increases allies' attack by 1 when low on HP. Okay, interesting. So also 50 berries. Next doing business with you. Please find the other bounties, and your reward will be waiting. Okay, interesting. So, where would the other bounties be hiding? Oh, here, these are definitely them, so the bounties are here. Okay, let's see here. Bugaria outskirts, false monarch, tidal worm, peacock spider. Okay, interesting. Definitely not sure on any of these, to be honest. But definitely interesting. So this is apparently telling us kind of the area. Any for the one that that I found in the Golden Oaks outskirts. Is it the Bugaria outskirts? But I thought it was called Golden. Let me make sure, because I want to make sure. Yeah, it's Golden Path, so unless that is the one, I'm not too sure, to be honest. Just because of the fact that it's, I guess it might count. I don't know. No, this one seems specifically for the right area near the pier area. So, so what did I find in the Golden Path then? That's weird. Definitely weird, but we could definitely make our way over there. So, we'll leave the other quest there for now, but it's definitely interesting. So, with that being said, let's definitely make our way over to the Golden Outpost, just because I feel like that is where we need to go next for that other mission, right? I just want to make sure, because it's one person that we have the souvenir for. Is that in Ant Mines? Okay. I wasn't sure if that was in the Golden Outpost or not, to be honest, just because I couldn't remember, because it's been a while since we originally grabbed the quest. So let's definitely make our way back into the Ant Mines, and then we'll make our way to the Golden Outpost, because that is definitely where I want to go next, just because of the fact that it's definitely gonna be something down there. I don't know if it's maybe tied to one of the chapters or not, but I can definitely go in there now because of the fact that it's open. So, should definitely do that, and I know this guy isn't the person we're looking for. So, I'm guessing it's inside this tunnel over here. Yeah, this other tunnel is where some of the other workers are. So hopefully they're back here. No, they're not. Eh? Okay then. Where are you hiding then? Because you should be here. Unless... No, they should be here. Because of the fact that the quest says they should be here. Ooh, wrong one. It is this one. It's here. Meet me in the ant mines. Huh. Yeah, it just says meet them in the ant mines, but I don't see anybody other than this person, unless this is technically it. Nope, can't be them, because of the fact that that character just doesn't work like that, because that just takes you back to the town. Maybe it's this one. Oh, it is this one. It just doesn't have an exclamation mark.
Are you Vi? We took your request.
Oh great, I really want to visit Bee Kingdom, but the Queen hasn't allowed us to leave yet. Did you bring me a souvenir from there? Yep, we have. We got this during the last chapter, so you definitely have it. This bee has super popular parties, the perfect souvenir. Oh, That's really cute.
But I'm cuter, right?
You are. All bees are super cute. Thanks. Here you go. Thank you. And we got a number system medal. Huh. So if we could mix both of those together, we can have 100% resistance to numbness. Huh. I found this while digging here, but it should be useful to you.
It will be pretty good.
Oh, glad to make you happy.
Hehe. It is so cute. I'm totally wearing that once I get my leave. Thank you very much. No problem. And there we go. Now we have that done. But with that being said, we need to make our way over to the outpost, since that is definitely where we want to go. I know I keep calling it an outpost, but honestly, even though it is a settlement, this little area right here specifically is an outpost, I'm gonna be honest. But let's definitely make our way over there, because the area where I want to go, which is kind of funny that both bosses happen to be in similar areas, and I'm actually going to throw Bugmeat on just because I don't want to be bothered by the local fauna of this area, I'm going to be honest. So let's definitely drop them, and, well, just so we don't have to deal with that. It's actually kind of funny I brought up a Subnautica word, but honestly, technically, yeah, we don't want to be dealing with the wildlife here, just because they do kind of get in the way at the moment with what we're trying to do. So let's see here, we need to make our way back, and let's just knock him out. But let's see here, because the thing is the area that I want to go to is hiding back here, and the thing is because of the fact that the bubble shield does block the spike damage, it definitely is a worthwhile investment to at least check it out. There's literally no reason not to. So I definitely think for the time being, we should definitely at least see what's going on there. Because that's where we would go for the Devourer up there. But the other place is over, not this one, but it's a little bit further than here, but we're getting closer to it. We could actually came from the Ant Kingdom, I think, because it's actually much closer from Ant Kingdom side. But I think we should be pretty much next to the area. Unless I'm thinking of... Oh, did I actually... I think I might have actually went to the wrong direction. Just because of the fact that... Could have sworn it was there. But it could be... I'm trying to think of where else it would be. Because I remember it, but I also... Because I actually... It was recent that I did this, but... Okay, I might do a small cut because I thought it was back there, but apparently I was wrong. So I'll be right back and then we'll go to the other area, because that place I definitely want to at least check it out. Because apparently there's no bounty to it, so maybe there's no secret boss there, but it definitely is interesting just because of the fact that it is a full-on, like, new area. So I'll be right back and I'll see you guys very, very soon once I find the area, because I thought it was in the Golden Settlement area, but maybe it's in a different location that I got confused about. Maybe it was the one in Bugaria outskirts, I don't honestly remember, but I'll be right back and we'll definitely make our way over there. Okay, I thought I was right about this, since, yeah, apparently, yeah, it was just because I didn't see because it was in the middle area up here, I didn't see it and it was outside of view when we were walking past the snail here. But yeah, apparently, yeah, this is where I wanted to go. So over here is this little root area, which we actually came down here at one point, because obviously Don't Cross the Spike Pit was something we read during the episode we were making our way through the Golden Path originally. And if you actually go through the spikes here, thankfully due to the bubble shield we can do this, there is actually a little bit of an area over here. And if we actually make our way into this little tunnel, there's a secret area back here, logbook updated. We might as well check out the logbook since it might say where we are, since I definitely feel like this is definitely at least something. Well, let's see, your sailor statue can't be that one. It should be discoveries, I would think, since I don't usually look at these, but I feel like it might tell us at least where we are. Yeah, this is it. So let's see here. Mother chompers are exceptionally chompers. With the abilities to produce many of their young quickly, their fertility is strengthened by a combination of sunlight and soil blessed by Goddess Venus. Huh, okay then. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But we'll definitely check this place out at least, just because it is a whole new place, and geez, that is definitely a big chomper. Okay then. Let's see, you're probably gonna go for one of these, try and get the initiative, and hopefully enough to actually do some damage here. Let's see here. We don't know anything on the actual stats of this thing, but the thing is there's 2 of them. I think Kabbu maybe might be a good idea. Let's swap his position though with Leif, and then go for the spy on the Chomper Brute here, and check out our new enemy, because this is definitely new. And I actually... Wait, that missed? Huh, okay. Well, apparently it missed. That's... I don't know how, but apparently it missed. Huh, okay then. I don't know how to feel about that, but that's... well, not the best thing for us. But let's definitely get it this time. There we go.
Large version of Chomper. It must be near its nest then. Must be protecting its territory.
Chomper Brute, 23 HP and 1 defense, jeez.
We're sorry, you poor creature. We cannot let you stop us.
Okay then. Mother Chomper, you say? But we'll definitely... I think maybe get rid of the little guy here. I think that might be a smart idea. I honestly don't know if this is a better idea to go for, but I do feel like doing at least a little bit of damage to that I think would be smarter. And then maybe go for a normal attack with Kabbu, since it has armor and it might just break through it. So let's just go for a normal attack there. Prepare for a block. Okay, 2 damage is not bad. It's definitely better than, you know, being completely and utterly smashed into pieces. But we should probably throw Kabbu up front, or actually maybe not. I feel like we could still do this with Kabbu there, but I do want to throw Vi to the middle position, because the person in front gets the most attack bonus. So how this works is that, depending on your position, you lose 1 attack. And Leif does 6 damage with Ice Coffin, which is really, really good. And it's only 3 TP, so literally no reason not to use this because of the fact that we did see the Venus Bud above. So we might as well just go for that, and just go for some freebies, just to knock out this guy. Because, honestly, we don't know how these work, and being prepared for them is probably better than nothing. And actually, it probably would have been better to drop its defense before freezing it, to be honest. But we can definitely still go for that next turn, just because it's still going to be alive, even if we do a drop in its defense, to be completely honest. So it's not the worst case scenario. But it is good to make sure to remember this time around, since we do want to drop the defense, if we can, that is. Let's hear. No, you can't, not on this enemy. Well, it's good to know, I guess. It's not the worst case scenario, because at least now we know, because some enemies you can't do that, like the robots and stuff like that, so definitely good to know that for now, because that isn't something we knew before. But apparently he is spawning in more little chompers, so we definitely want to be careful around him, since, let's be honest here, when multiple enemies start spawning, I think that's when the big problems start arising. For me anyways, because then I start messing up a little bit more. Let's definitely get rid of the big guy out of here, just because the big guy is actually dangerous. Ooh, he actually gave me some good experience. This is the first time I've actually seen experience for quite a while, since, well, obviously Monster Scarlet gave us quite a bit of experience, but definitely a lot nicer because of the fact that, yeah, before today's episode, I only saw like 1 experience per fight for quite a bit, and I only got like 2 experience from the Beehive, so it's definitely nice to see some actual, you know, places to train, just in general if I needed any extra experience. Because apparently, this is apparently a little bit higher than our current level. Ooh, what's this? Shock Candy. Oh, we've seen this before, I think. This candy is shockingly sweet, restores 9 TP at a shocking price. But the thing is we can actually eat it before we go into a battle, and I think you don't lose any freebies for that. Let's definitely not give him any free advantage, and apparently Bug Me Not doesn't work on that, but it's not the worst case scenario. But, let's see here. Just because what we learned, we probably should freeze the big guy, just so he doesn't get any freebies, because it'll stop him for at least a couple turns, and I thought that was left and it was up. Oops. That was just my bad on what I thought that was. Let's definitely give him another turn to do that right, because I do want to freeze this guy, just because it's smarter to do. And just so we have it in general, it definitely will be good to make sure that he can't just start wailing on us. But let's definitely give Kabbu his turn back, just because Kabbu is going to be doing normal damage instead of just standing there and not knowing what to do. So it's definitely better to do this, and then we'll just try and knock out one of these guys, I think, and then deal with the other chomper while dealing with the big guy. Because I feel like as long as we do it right, we'll have a better situation with the bigger guy, I think, just because of the fact that how they work. But let's see here. I think we could start doing damage to you, I think, just because I feel like we're in a decent scenario where we can start wailing on you a little bit while also making sure to keep you frozen, since it seems like the better case scenario for the big guy here is to make sure he's just frozen as much as possible, just because he can't counteract what you're trying to throw at him. And of course he goes for a free. Oh, apparently he completely messed it up though, which is good for us, so we'll definitely take that. Okay, Kabbu, I think you can go for this, and then Leif can go for the final hit for this turn, and then we'll see what we can do for the big chomper here. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what Chomper Brute's gonna try and do. Try and spawn, and he did get the spawn off, while also trying to throw one of those hard seeds at us. Nice try, bud, but you gotta try harder than that. Okay. I think for our other team members, I think Leif and Vi can go for the brutes, while I guess Kabbu can go for the small guy, since the small fry is not dangerous for the most part, unless he spawns, but thankfully he spawned on himself, so it doesn't even count, so I'll definitely take that. And then, let's see, the thing is this guy's gonna spawn more people, so we can't just go for focusing directly on him, just because of the fact that Kabbu can't do that unless the guy's flying, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing for us to worry about, just because we can still do damage and it doesn't really affect us too greatly. But the thing is that, well, the heal is definitely a problem, but we definitely want to be careful around, well, just in general for spawns, because we don't want them to spawn enemies, obviously, since that always hurts us. There we go, down goes the big chomper. Now we can start dealing with the little guy here. Because the little guy is definitely not a problem. It's just the big guy can... definitely seems like he'd at least be able to do more damage if we were letting him actually have a turn. And we've been completely blocking out that turn. Ooh, drowsy cake. This cake's super yummy, but puts you to sleep after eating it. Restores 7 HP and 7 TP. Not bad. We can definitely use that right now, actually. No reason not to, because it literally gives us, well, 7 HP and 7 TP. I'll definitely take that. And then, honestly, I don't mind just eating that for the free TP, just so we have fighting capabilities. But let's see here. I think I can maybe outrun these guys. I wonder. Just because we don't have to fight every single one. But, let's see here. How would I get up there? Oh... yeah, this might be a little bit harder than just running for it, but we can probably make do. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. The reason why is because I don't want to fight 50 battles if we don't have to. But if we can outrun this guy, we can definitely go for that. Oh, apparently he can attack me from up there, but I don't know how. But, okay, well, not worst case scenario. I actually don't want to be in this battle, to be honest, just because of the fact that I was trying to do something else, to be honest, there. But, let's see here, let's move this into position if we... You weren't even close to me, but okay. But I did find a way to get them to leave me alone for, just at least for one battle here, just because there's way too many enemies in this small area here, just for what I'm trying to do. And apparently he hit me, but... So it wasn't even the small guys that were hitting me, it was the big guy. I just couldn't see his seed that he was throwing at me. And thankfully we're not losing too many berries for doing that. I just don't want to have to fight 50 enemies in a row. But let's see here. How do you get up there? Wait a minute. I don't even think I can climb that. Wait a minute. Okay, well, we need this for sure. Trying to think of how that would work. Do I drop this ice cube? Oh, we definitely dropped the ice cube. Okay. I wish there was a way to make the enemies not look at you and try and... Okay, interesting. But I'm gonna be right back. I'm actually gonna just go smash all these guys real quick, just because I don't want to waste you guys' time, because there's a reason why I'm trying to skip some of the battles, because obviously we're getting closer to the end of the episode, so I want to make sure to at least see what's at the end of this tunnel, because I'm curious about it. But with that being said, I'll be right back. I'm gonna smash all 3 of these enemy groups, just because there's 3 enemies next to each other next to a puzzle. It kind of makes the puzzle harder to do if you're trying to skip the enemies, so it looks like I'm not able to skip them. So I'll be right back, and I'll definitely make sure to get rid of these guys so I can see how to do this puzzle, because there's definitely more than I'm not seeing right away. So I'll be right back, and I'll be right with you, and then I'll find out what I can do here. Okay, I got a 10 working, and apparently one of those chompers were actually insta-kill because of the bug bee knot, apparently, but yeah, the big guy actually found out a better way to deal with them. You can freeze them and then just go for the dash through ability, but definitely still takes at least 3 turns to do, but definitely a better situation than what we were trying, to be honest. And we could have just froze that guy as well, to be honest, for what we were doing. But let's definitely see what's back here, just because I am really curious. And thankfully, they can't charge you too quickly. But let's see here. Let's go see about, well, obviously a heal would be nice. But definitely, I feel like there's much more to this place than what we could see from the front. But now that we're actually back here, we can actually maybe figure out what's going on here.
I understand you have your reasons, but did you really have to come wreak havoc here?
Good question. I'll be completely honest there, but... Oh. Huh. So that must be the mother chomper that we read about on the little notes. Well, let's check it out. Hello. Well, you're definitely not going to be friendly, but let's see what's going on here. But let's see here. Mother chomper, that's 100% that. So, let's see, I think... maybe Kabbu was in a good spot, maybe. I guess we'll find out. Because the thing is that I want to spy the... Yeah, okay, so that confirms it, so that is the mother chomper. Okay, so let's definitely get a spy and see what's going on here.
Huh, what a formidable beast. And she brings endless reinforcements as if she wasn't strong enough.
Okay.
It'd be best to freeze the smaller chompers while we focus our efforts on this monster.
Okay, wait, really? You sure? Because I could just go for... Maybe you can't freeze her, maybe. I guess we'll find out. It's worth a shot, let's see. Since we do have 2 turns here, you can't. Okay, so that's good to know. But we can go for Ice Fault, so let's definitely freeze the smaller guys, if we can. Which it didn't end up working that way, but one is frozen for at least a little bit. And maybe we can actually one-shot it while it's frozen. No, not enough, but definitely worthwhile. What is it doing, though? Oh, it's getting a free attack buff. Huh, interesting. So, if chompers are with the mother chomper, apparently they can get a attack buff. Oh no, it gives it an attack buff. Oh, okay. I thought it was a different type of interaction, but nope. Yeah, it's basically that. It's something. Makes sense. Okay, so let's definitely go for a freeze on her. And I have a feeling she could probably spawn in more, but I think the best case scenario here is to actually go for a dash through with Kabbu. Like I said with the brutes, this is what I was doing with them. I was freezing the enemy, and then I was actually going straight for the dash through to do as much damage as possible while the other one was frozen. But it still broke them out, but it did better for me in the end. Okay, it's spawning in more. Okay. Well, I thought they were going to be attacking me for a second. Okay, going for hard seeds, but hard seeds aren't problems. And it only spawned 1 enemy, which is definitely better than what it could have been, honestly. So, we just need to keep doing damage here. Let's go for an all-party TP, so we can go for a Frigid Coffin and do a good chunk of 6 damage to this thing. 6 damage is better than, let's be honest here, so we'll definitely want to try and do that. And then just go for a normal attack on the chomper. I think that would probably be our best case scenario. Ow. It's going for heals, but the thing is it can't heal. Oh, it got a yellow attack buff. What is... Oh, it does... Okay, it's got 2 turns now. Not the worst case scenario, but it is healing now. So we don't want it to do that. So it got a little bit of its HP back from what we did, but it's not too much to the point where it's like a big problem. But the thing is Kabbu can't attack the Mother Chomper, so technically some of our focus is going to be going to attacking the little guy here, just because of the fact that we don't want... Well, I thought I timed that right, but apparently not. But we do have thorns, so we are doing a little bit of damage while trying to block as much as possible here. Okay, let's try and get a bunch of blocks in there. Thankfully, got a decent amount, but let's see here. Do we have any more TP items? I don't think I do, but that doesn't mean that we're in a bad situation. 3 HP to the party. That's actually really good. I didn't even realize that was for everybody. But yeah, I don't got anything for raising TP, but we should swap Vi and Leif here, just because of the fact that he's not doing that hot right now, so we can probably swap for a little bit, just so he doesn't get focused as much. And maybe we get rid of the little guy, I think, because that'll maybe cancel out one of its turns, maybe, because of the fact that it did take a turn to spawn the Chomper, so maybe we can counteract the double attacks that it has right now. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, it spawned one, so that's good. And maybe if it goes for... Yeah, thankfully it didn't go for the big attack. Oh no, it's still going for it. Never mind. Guess that isn't the case. I thought it was, but apparently not. And it's not the worst thing. I just wanted to test that just because I wasn't too sure about it. But it's definitely getting mad, that's for sure. It's definitely mad. But, let's probably go for a 3 HP on everybody, just because the HP would be nice right now. And then we can go for maybe a succulent berry on Vi to regain HP every turn. I feel like that would be good, and it's going for an attack boost for an extra attack, but hopefully it's not the worst case scenario. Okay, go for me, please. Nope, we went for Leif, and apparently he has a sleep ability. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay then, this is not the best case scenario that I wanted to go through, but apparently we got a little bit harder of a boss than I thought it was going to actually be. But it's worth checking it out, honestly. At least we found this thing, so we know about it for later. I thought it was going to be easier, but apparently, I feel like you run out of TP really, really fast, though. I think, cooking is definitely something I need to do more of, to have more items at least to cook. Because if I bring in cooked food, I think we would have better chances against bosses like this, I think. But the thing is, I wasn't even sure if there was going to even be a boss, to be honest. But, yeah, it was definitely right. You don't want to focus the chompers. That's for sure. Just because of the fact that, as we can see here, because we focus the chompers even a little bit, now we're getting overrun by them. And the thing is they're also doing damage to me, so technically they're still not good for us at all, but we're still doing damage. It's not like we're not doing any damage to this thing. But the thing is, it heals every time it gets a normal attack on us. So it's still a problem for it to even have the chance of doing that. And geez, that double attack is actually really dangerous. And down we go. Yeah, that's a hard boss. I'll definitely say that one. We'll probably leave that boss for another time, I think. I think we're not leveled up enough for that one, or maybe we just aren't ready for it, because of the fact I don't have the right loadout for it. And also the enemies in the earlier area were a little bit harder, so maybe that is the case. So I think maybe we'll come back to this boss. Okay, so instead of just giving up and doing this boss fight in the next episode like I originally planned to do, I actually went out of my way and did a little bit of testing to make sure that I have a foolproof way of actually taking out the boss, because I'm 100% that we're doing it really, really early. I feel like these bosses are more made for late game, and you're not supposed to just do them as soon as you can. But I did actually figure out a way that's a foolproof way after doing multiple hours of doing the exact same strategy to make sure that it does work. It's like more of like an 85 to 90% chance that it will always work the same way. Although there is RNG that still forces certain attacks from the Mother Chomper that definitely will make it harder. But I do actually think I finally figured it out, because of the fact that I have a mechanic that I have yet to learn in between, well, when we first fought this thing, and now. And apparently, agitation is one of the best skills in this game. And we got the medal in the last episode, and the medal is actually this new one that we got is the favorite one medal, and it is extremely good. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that, well, one, the favorite one medal, although it increases the ally's damage taken, it actually makes every single other ally get plus damage every single time, and it stacks up and stacks up and stacks up. I believe the max is 3. I haven't went any further than 3, but it makes you do a lot more damage, and it's more of a waiting game than it is a you go attack first. So you just wait and wait and wait, and you try and make a strategy based on the extra damage that you get from the favorite one medal. And honestly, I think this is something that we're going to be more than likely using for every boss fights. Not every single one is going to require it. I'm pretty sure a lot of the optional ones are going to. Because I think if I had this on Devour, I think it would have been much easier. And I think this Poison Defender would have been really good on Devour as well. But with that being said, let's actually do this fight, because I should actually have this as a foolproof plan now. And hopefully I can show you that, because I wanted to make sure that I could do this for you guys, because I did promise that I'd fight this thing. And the thing is how you do this, you have to use the, well, for my plan, you have to use the medal that gives you a second turn. You have to transfer that turn from that person, which in this case it was Kabbu, because Kabbu doesn't need 2 turns. So how you want to do this is you actually don't want to go for any skills normally. You just want to go for normal attacks and just do as much damage as you possibly can in the shortest amount of time. And the reason why is because the first turn is where you're going to get most of your damage in, because of the fact that it doesn't really matter the damage that you do on the first turn. Because the fact is that, well, actually it kind of matters, but the thing is that all you really need is you need to taunt. Kabbu needs to taunt every single turn to force every single enemy to attack him. And then just make sure you try and block every single attack as best as you can. And try and get lucky when it comes to... Well, that wasn't lucky. That was definitely not lucky. But it's not the worst case scenario. And the reason why I say this is because of the fact that we're so good. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that if we want to, we can definitely still work around that mechanic. And thankfully, it's less bad than being enraged, because this thing can enrage from its allies, obviously, so you want to make sure that you try and get the spy in as fast as you possibly can so you can see the actual HP of the thing, which technically you get it for free if you lose. You get to keep your spy, so you get to keep that turn. But the thing is that what you want to do is all you need to do is just don't attack with your allies. No matter what, just don't attack. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that the attack is actually what's making you lose your agitation. So you can only keep the agitation for so long, and if you do it too early, you lose the agitation bonus. You still get the agitation damage, it's just that it's not going to be as good. And because we took a little bit more damage than I normally would, because he did 3 seed attack, which is not very common, it's a very low chance for it to do that, because it usually only goes for just a normal attack, but for some reason it didn't do that. But my plan is to do, for my plan that I set up, is that you do 2 taunts, and then you start doing the real way of doing the taunts. But we need to make sure that we're always blocking. And hopefully, thankfully, he only went for one seed, and that's perfect. So this is where the plan goes into motion. So what you want to do from here on out is you actually want to go for Bubble Shield on Kabbu, and you're just going to keep spamming Bubble Shield on him for the time being, and just as much as you possibly can do to save as much time as you possibly can, as well as increasing your TP as often as possible, just so you don't waste any, because you need all the TP you can for Bubble Shield and taunts. And if you can get that, you win, because of the fact that how this works. And you'll see very shortly what I mean by that in a very few seconds. And it doesn't really matter if we block, because it blocks all damage with Bubble Shield lights, and it actually blocks the entirety of this boss fight, and it's actually really nice. And then what we want to do now is we actually want to swap positions with Vi, because Vi is going to attack this turn. And we're actually going to use Hurricane Toss. And the reason why we're going to do that is because of this. That is a lot of damage. It just went from 40 to 27. It is quite a lot of damage, and it's something we want to always do. So, our next turn actually needs to be, well, you can do it differently, but the safer option is to go for a Bubble Shield here, and just keep the 3 turn, just for a little bit longer. And the reason why I say this is because it's safer to do if you hold on to it. Because the thing is you're never going to use both agitations in the same turn, unless you know that you're going to get rid of the boss. And the reason why is because the boss does the double attacks here. So, to be safe, we need to have, well, obviously, Leif here. Because it only does double attacks when it gets closer and closer to the halfway mark of its HP. Since it has 50 HP to start, and it's down 27, it's really close to its halfway mark, so it's going to go into the double attacks now for the rest of the fights. So what we need to do now is actually be safe, and we're going to actually swap positions with Leif here. And the reason why we're doing that is because in order to make sure that we survive, we need to make sure that, well, Leif is in front, because Leif's going to be doing, well, some damage in the near future, but actually, wait, we can actually do this, let's see here. Yeah, we can do it this way. Okay. Sometimes it's not always a foolproof plan, it's not always going to be the same thing, but there is 2 different ways you can do this. So, in order to get rid of my Frigid Coffin now, because of the thing is that, there's points where I had to use Spy on this turn, and I couldn't use Spy earlier because it ended up getting agitated on itself because, well, its little minions ended up giving agitation. We didn't get that this time, so I didn't have to worry about that. But we definitely want to go for a Frigid Coffin here, just because it's safer, and there's no reason not to, because 9 damage is 9 damage, and it is quite a lot. There's no reason not to. Now we want to go for a Bubble Shield Light on good old Kabbu, just keep him as a super tank, although he's not really a tank, he's a taunt more than a tank, but Leif definitely turns him into a literal tank because it takes no damage. Okay, he's increasing his defense for a turn, which isn't the worst case scenario, but it shouldn't matter as much because of the fact that, well, obviously we're not going to be attacking next turn, so we don't need to worry about that. So now all we need to do is we're actually going to be using this Obama Honey, which I ended up getting from one of the Chomper groups. And they drop random items that are random afflictions to your allies, but it gives you a lot of TP. You can get frozen cakes from them, you can get a bunch of different ones. This happens to be the best one in my opinion because it gives you 12 TP while dropping you to 1 HP, which is not as bad because of the fact that Kabbu's not attacking, so there's no point in even worrying about this. So we use the Obama Honey on him. He takes all the way to 1 HP, which is not a bad case scenario because we just go for the Bubble Shield Lights, and we give him a nice shield. And then we just do the taunt like we did before, just stay as safe as possible, and then, well, obviously the enemies can't attack us this turn. And thankfully, if we just keep doing this, we should be perfectly fine because the thing is they're going to only attack Kabbu because Kabbu is taunting them. And thankfully that definitely helps because in the long run, if we didn't have this ability, it would be a much harder boss fight, I'll be completely honest. Now we just swap with Vi, and because Vi has a full charge of agitation, we're going to be doing that big chunk of damage again, as long as we will obviously do it correctly. And just like that, he's dropped to 4 HP, and honestly, if you can get him to a point where you can one-shot him, it's better to just knock him out, in my honest opinion. And this is technically normal mode's version, which obviously that's what we've been playing on, but I don't know how you play the hard mode version. I'm going to say probably about the same strategy. I don't think you can do it this early on hard mode, but I definitely say that if you can go for the knockout on normal mode, that's when you go for it, is when you have that agitation built up. They literally can't stop you at that point, because the chompers don't do any damage. It's the big boss that actually does the damage. That's the only thing you really need to worry about during the fights. If you can survive, then you win. That's literally all you have to do. And just like that, as you can see, we're pretty much done here. There's literally nothing these chompers can do. And, well, smaller the better for these guys, because the smaller they are, the less damage they do to us. And there's literally no chance for them at this point. And thankfully, I was able to show you a scenario which ended up being obviously a full case scenario, because sometimes it doesn't work correctly and sometimes it does. Thankfully, through 3 different times of testing the same exact strategy, it was definitely, thankfully, it worked out my way, because thankfully I wrote down everything I wanted to remember about the fights from my case studies that I did with it. And there we go. And just like that, that's how you take out the Mother Chomper. Definitely a hard fight if you don't know about agitation, which we learned firsthand. And just like that, we get the Chomper Seed. You found a Chomper Seed, a baby Chomper Seed. Maybe a scientist would know what to do with this. And there's actually something you can do with this. And to save you guys some time, because like I said, I did do the fight a couple times, I saved one of the scenarios where we fought off with the thing. So, and then I actually went to a place where there is scientists. So, with that being said, there's actually a place you actually have to take that Chomper Seed, which is actually surprising, because you would think that you would bring that to the shady market that we unlocked in today's episode. Well, you actually take it to HB, and for some reason, the Chomper Seed is related to them, so we should be able to turn it in here. And we just need to, I believe, turn it in. So there's a way that you have to turn this in. It's either through HB or it's through the other professor, because of the fact that that's how this works. Because of the fact that the Chomper Seed goes to a scientist, and there's only 2 scientists from our knowledge that we know about. And this is the wrong room. That was not the room where we need to go. We actually need to go to the professor over here that makes the beamerang. And hopefully, he'll take this. Nope, so far so good. And I'm just trying to... Let's see here. Hopefully, I think it is this professor. I'm just going to skip through this because it's just asking for the Chomper Seed, I think. So I think... Yeah, here we go. Okay, so it is this one. That seed, could it be? If only Hawk was here, we could examine it. He is still at the desert. What is taking him so long? Go after him, please. And with that being said, now that we actually turned in that seed, we can actually now go and see Hawk. I don't think we can do it right away, but the thing is I think, if my calculations are correct, with the fact that, we don't have an actual location for Chapter 4 where the next artifact is going to be, but we do have an idea of an artifact's location due to the previous, chapter. Well, the previous chapter we ran into, I believe his name was Stratos and Delilah, and they were searching out this little pyramid area, and they said that there happens to be an artifact down there if you can get inside the pyramid. And I believe that might be our next chapter, where our next location is going to be. And if that is the case, that means that Hawk should be coming back after next chapter. So we could do something with that Chomper Seed in the near future. Which is definitely good for us, because of the fact that that definitely helps us in our path to try and make sure that we do this correctly. And honestly, with that being said, we're going to actually go back to good old bounty board, and apparently it was a bounty, which I wasn't even sure which bounty it was going to be, but apparently it was a bounty, which is kind of funny. But all we need to do is go back to the good old shady market area, and then just turn in the bounty and see what we get from it, because honestly, with the fact that we did take down a bounty, that means we're going to get a nice little reward from it, because, like we saw, we got the Last Stand medal from the previous one. So now we just turn that in with Doppel and see if he likes it. And I guess we have to grab the bounty. Unless it doesn't count it on this thing, but I'm pretty sure it counts as a bounty. Just because of the fact that it is a boss fight. There's no way around that, but I think it's probably not unlocked yet, and that kind of proves that we did do it early. But with that being said, that's all I really wanted to do. That's the only reason why the episode got extended. This is actually, like I said, multiple hours after the episode is over, and honestly, I'm just recording this so you guys can see the ending of the fight instead of me putting it the next episode in the beginning, And that means we'll be able to start Chapter 4 in the next episode at the very beginning, instead of doing that and then having it all set up. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day, keep being spooky, and in the next episode we will be starting on Chapter 4 of our story. Honestly, I don't think we have anything stopping us at this point, because all the other quests we have are, well, more side quest things. The power plant sounds kind of interesting, but if the fact that we just did a bunch of boss fights, I kind of want to just go back into doing the story, just for the time being, just because we did quite a bit of quests in today's episode. And I feel like, the power plant is going to be a boss fight, just because of how it's worded, and how, well, obviously, it's a new area. New areas usually have new things, and usually new areas usually have dangerous foes. Like we saw with the chopper brutes, they're basically mini bosses, every single one of them, because they have 23, 26 HP. And although they do give you some experience, they are definitely hard to knock out, because of the fact of how much HP they have. The 20 experience is nice for taking out 2 of them, but they're really hard to knock out. But with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you all in Chapter 4 of Bugfables, the Everlasting Sapling. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.
Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.